Hi everyone, Alex here, Director of the Magnus Archives and voice of Martin on the show. I'm just taking a moment ahead of today's episode for a couple of updates. Firstly, in order to ensure we thank every patron who has been promised a shout out, we are moving them to the end of episodes going forwards. This is because we need to increase the number of names read, and we don't wish to increase the delay at the start of episodes any further. Secondly, I need to give everyone a warning. Season 5 of the Magnus Archives was conceived, written and entered production well before the current situation regarding COVID-19, and it dives pretty heavily into themes of isolation, contagion and Armageddon. After serious consideration, we have elected to release this season as it was originally intended, as we felt doing otherwise would be a disservice to the story and all our dedicated listeners. We will, of course, continue to provide content warnings in the show notes for every episode, and we advise everyone to check these even if customarily you don't. Thirdly and finally, we just wanted to thank everyone for their support and patience during this season break. We couldn't have done this without you. And now, the wait is over, and we hope you enjoy the final season of The Magnus Archives.
Rusty Quill presents The Magnus Archives. Episode 161, Dwelling.
Careful.
Surprise! Jesus!
Happy birthday, boss.
Happy... Oh, are you okay?
No, Christ, 1 second.
Sorry, Tim wanted to surprise you and...
Snitch?
No, it's fine. Thank you. Just a shock.
Well, that's the idea.
Indeed. Though, honestly, the bottle of wine was just fine.
Yeah, as a decoy.
Yes, well, thank you. This is very elaborate of you.
Plus, it was kind of fun giving you a heart attack.
I'm sure. I noticed you didn't jump out at Martin when he had a birthday.
No, he's way too jumpy as it is. We were worried he might damage himself.
Hey! Well, I preferred going out for ice cream anyway.
Went for ice cream?
Yes, you were there.
You had rum and raisin and taught us all about emulsifiers.
Oh, right, yes. I remember.
Via.
Well, thank you anyway. This is all very touching.
We just wanted to do something to lighten the mood, you know?
Yes, I'm aware it's been a rough start.
That's not what this was about. We just thought you could use a chance to unwind.
I suppose it couldn't hurt.
Knock, knock.
Double boss.
Elias?
I'm not too late for cake, am I?
There's a cake.
How did you... Martin, that was a secret.
I didn't say anything!
He didn't have to. Nothing escapes my notice, and I like to keep an eye out for this sort of thing.
Well, it's good to see you.
Yes. Come in.
So, how old is the birthday boy?
38.
Liar?
How would you know?
Well, does someone need to change their password again?
What? Sasha, have you been going through my computer?
Definitely not. No idea what he's talking
Of
about.
course not.
It's really not appropriate.
Oh, come on, guys.
Anyway, did somebody mention cake?
Yeah. You did.
Yes, I did, didn't I?
All right. Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag now anyway. Look, just give me a second. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Right.
Happy birthday, dear Archivist. Happy birthday to you.
Right, yes, thank you. I do hope you're not planning to light those candles.
Oh, goodness. A source of ignition in the archives? Uh-oh.
Tim.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, my hand slipped. And again, and again, and a couple more times here. I'm so clumsy today. That is a lot of fire.
I'm really not comfortable with...
So, blow them out then.
Oh. Right, yes.
And make a wish.
If I wish for you all to go away, do you think it'll work?
He's so grumpy today, isn't he, Martin?
Do you think it's his looming sense of mortality?
I don't
Fine.
Yay! So, what did you wish for?
I can't tell you.
He wished for a little bit of peace and quiet.
Was it that obvious?
Oh, I wouldn't worry, John. It's an archive. Quiet is very much the course du jour.
Well, after the party, at least. Wine? Anyone?
Tim, it's 11 in the morning.
Yeah, at your birthday party.
I really don't think it's
I'll
appropriate.
allow it. In fact, I'll join you.
Oh, okay, all right then.
Martin?
I don't normally drink wine, you know, tannins are a proven headache trigger, and so...
Martin.
Yeah, sure, maybe just a drop.
You know that there's a lot of tannin in tea as well.
What?
Hang on, have you been recording this?
Oh, yeah. I just thought it might be nice. You know, something to look back on when we're all old and sick of each other.
You probably should have told us, Tim.
What, are you afraid we're going to get sued over the happy birthday song?
Oh, well, I am now.
It's just a bit of a privacy thing.
Hypocrite.
All right, fine. Look, I'm turning it off. Any last words for your future selves?
Yes. Fire Tim.
Hey,
Hi.
you, listening to the tapes again? How many times is that now?
They were sent to me, Martin. There's got to be some reason.
Gloating, John. Elias won, and there were some tapes he'd kept for himself, and he wanted to gloat. So he sent them.
He's
I
not
don't see...
Elias.
Jonah, then. I don't know, I find it hard to think of him as... I don't really like to think of him. You should get some sleep.
I can't. I can't. I don't think I do anymore. Sleep. How long's it been now?
I don't know. It's not like there are days to count anymore. All the clocks are stopped and...
Well, I haven't yet. I get tired, but it doesn't feel the same. Probably for the best. Sleep doesn't look pleasant.
No, it's not.
I couldn't wake you.
I'm sorry.
It's not... You're not the one who ended the world.
Well, just as well I don't remember my dreams.
I do.
What?
I see most of the suffering around here. When it's quiet, it's like I can see it, like I'm watching all of it.
You haven't been opening the curtains.
No, I don't need to. It can see us here, and I can see out as well.
Okay, we'll just file that under ominous for now. We seem safe enough in here, at least.
I suppose so.
Bit of a hideaway?
Or a prison.
Yes. Still, better than outside. It sounds bad.
It is.
Are we still safe?
Yes, it doesn't want to harm me.
And me?
I won't let it.
Thanks. John, it's not your fault.
Martin, can we not do this again?
Sorry.
I'm mourning a world I killed.
I know.
And we're all trapped in its rotting corpse.
Enough, John.
Have you heard the Gertrude one?
What?
The Gertrude tape. There are a few of them, but this is my favourite.
I don't...
Just listen.
Right. If you're listening to this, then it is likely that... No, let's not beat around the bush. If you're listening to this, it means I'm dead. And you have been chosen to be my replacement as head archivist. Hopefully this means you, Sasha. But if someone else is hearing this and Elias has made a different choice for some reason, then these words are still very much intended for you. Before I continue, it is very important to be absolutely clear. This is not a joke, nor is it any sort of prank or game. Your colleagues have not convinced me to record this as an attempt to haze you. This is completely serious, and very, very important for you to know. If it is you I'm talking to, Sasha, hopefully your background in artifact storage will lend a certain degree of credence to my words, but others may have to take it on trust. All I can do is assure you I am deadly serious. So, the first thing you have to do is accept that you are in great danger, and will be for the rest of your life. There are now things that will actively be trying to kill you, due to your new role as Archivist. And Elias has plans for you that are little better. You will also be unable to relinquish the position or quit the Institute, finding you are supernaturally compelled to remain. In fact, it occurs to me that attempting to do so is probably the quickest and easiest way to establish the truth of what I am telling you, so I suggest you do so at the earliest possible opportunity. Things you need to be aware of. There exist in our world supernatural entities of incredible power that reflect and feed on the fears of all living creatures, but most commonly humans. Many consider them gods, and while I believe that is far too simplistic a comparison, for our purposes here it is perhaps the most useful shorthand. They do not rule our world, but they do exercise considerable power, which they generally manifest in the form of monstrous beings that spread further fear, or incarnations, those humans who have willingly, though not always knowingly, chosen to take on the power of these entities. You, unfortunately, have unwittingly made the decision to become one of those incarnations. For the Institute serves a being known variously as the Eye, it knows you, the Beholding, the Ceaseless Watcher. It is the fear of being watched and judged, and having all your secrets known. The Institute serves as a way for it to harvest the fears of the other entities, dragging out the suffering of those who come to give statements and claiming their terror. But there is another part of being the Archivist. These beings, these gods of fear, their followers believe that they have rituals, grand projects which, if successful, would allow them to enter our world, reshaping it in unthinkable ways, moulding it into a dimension where terror is as natural as gravity. You are now one such ritual. I do not know the exact details of it, but be wary of whatever Elias asks you to do. Oh, yes, on the subject of Elias, trust nothing he says. He was originally known as Jonah Magnus, the founder of this institute, and I have known him also as James Wright, the previous head of the institute. He has certain abilities of clairvoyance which allow him to perceive out of any eye, real or symbolic, so be wary. Play ignorant as long as you can while you expand your own research. I've managed to keep the archives in a state of chaos for decades, as I believe his plan would benefit from their organization. But I leave that to your judgment. Certainly, the longer he is ignorant of how much you know, the better. Above all else, be ready. There are many things out there, loyal to other powers, which know your importance to the Eye, and will want you dead. You are entering a new world, a place I've lived for most of my life. A place that will often demand a high price from you. Pay it without hesitation, because one way or another, the world is now on your shoulders. I wish I had more time to explain it to you. But time is short, and hopefully my actions tonight will ensure this tape never needs to see the light of day. But if you are hearing it, then good luck. Do what you have to do.
Are you finished?
Jurgen, I told you to stay in the tunnels.
Your message also told me it was urgent.
If Elias is watching right now...
Then your recording all that was meaningless anyway. Besides, I'm not afraid of him.
Bravado? Really?
It's not bravado.
We're wasting time. Do you still have the Ruskin book?
I do, though I don't relish the thought of using it. Makes it rather hard to breathe, like your chest
You know
is
the
being...
gas main, little way out in the tunnel.
I do.
I need you to move it.
That's not just earth. That's pipework and all sorts of
Find a way. I need it to be directly under the Institute, or at least closer.
I'm more likely to rupture it and fill the place with gas.
That would also be acceptable.
I'll do what I can. When do you need it?
If my guess is right, the church's ritual should be collapsing at any time now, so immediately.
And if you're wrong?
Then a bit of gas will be the least of our worries.
Right. What are you going to do?
Paper burns well. Petrol burns better.
I always forget about your pyromaniac streak.
Remind me to tell you about Agnes sometime.
Right. Did you mean to leave the tape running?
Oh, good grief. 40 years I've been using them, and I swear I'll never...
Can you imagine if we'd had this?
But we didn't, though, did we?
No.
So there's no point in dwelling. John, this isn't healthy.
Healthy? I am an avatar of voyeuristic terror whose unquestioned craving for knowledge has condemned the entire world to an eternity of torment. Healthy isn't... It's not...
Fine, I get it.
Besides, grief is healthy. If nothing else, it pushes away the other feelings that thing wants me to experience.
It hurts me to see you wallowing like this.
Well, some of us weren't able to cut ourselves off from the world before it ended.
That's not fair.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. It hurts.
I know.
I need time.
I know. But we can't stay in this cabin forever.
Why not? It's quiet here, and I have you.
What about food?
What about it? When's the last time you thought to eat, or even felt hungry?
What? I don't know.
No. Whatever is sustaining us now doesn't need us to eat.
That can't be possible.
It's a new world, Martin. The natural laws are whatever they want them to be. And I suspect they don't much care to keep humanity fed and watered.
Well, that as may be, we can't just stay here forever.
What could possibly be out there that you want to see?
A way to stop this, some way to turn the world back.
Do you really think there is one?
Well, if there is, it's not in here, is it?
It's so loud out there. The agony, the terror, I can see it all so much more clearly.
I'm sorry.
No, I love you, I need more time.
It's alright. It's alright, I'm good at waiting.
Thank you. I just wish it didn't feel like whatever's out there was waiting too.
Yeah. Hey, when did you start recording?
I didn't. I only brought one, and I've been using it to play the tapes.
Oh. That's not a great sign.
No. No, it's not.
The Magnus Archives is a podcast distributed by Rusty Quill and licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 international license. Today's episode was written by Jonathan Sims, produced by Lowri and Davies, and directed by Alexander J. Newall. It featured Alexander J. Newall as Martin Blackwood, Lottie Broomhall as Sasha James, Mike LeBeau as Tim Stoker, Jonathan Sims as the Archivist, Ben Meredith as Jonah Magnus, Sue Sims as Gertrude Robinson, and Paul Sims as Jurgen Leitner. To subscribe, buy merchandise, or join our Patreon, visit rustyquill.com. Rate and review us online, tweet us at The Rusty Quill, visit us on Facebook, or email us via mail@rustyquill.com. Join our community on Discord via the website, or on Reddit at r/The Magnus Archives. Thanks for listening.
Hi everyone, Alex here. I'd just like to take a moment to thank some of our patrons. Ashton, Andrea Paternoster, Issa, Lowri Rich, Lizzie Jacobs, Elizabeth Dixon, Robin Alez, Joe Bell, Veronica P, Sam and Phobos, Kira, Dr. Bad Vibes, Sarah Freeman, Hannah Earnshaw, Anne Fabe, Kiro, Lauren Nabbett, Hannah Jordan, Robin Stone, Nancy Crawford, Kirsten Jeffords, The Laughing Kookaburra, Murmuruk, Mrs. Mitterbump, George Cardas, Jess Donaldson, Konstantin Valdor, Joya Vita, James Rule, Probs Not Josh, Izzy Aliberti, Ethan Morris, Deborah Mitchell, Ankarad, Sarah and Michelle Poyani, Matthew McCorkle, Nikki Nelson Hicks, Villy Kennelly, Sam Oliver, Tails Hunter. Thank you all. We really appreciate your support. If you'd like to join them, go to www.patreon.com/rustyquill and take a look at our rewards.